This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. So now we'll see the next one, verify. For verify, we have taken one example. We have seen the verify. Okay, whether the text present here or not. See here, I'm going to type some text here. The previous class we have seen. I'll keep something like training. Okay. Whether the training text is present here or not, it is going to check it, guys. It is going to check it. So that is the thing. Second one, what we have understood. So that is something like verify. So it is going to verify. You can see, check it here. It is going to verify whether the text present here or not. What is the text present here? It is going to verify. So see here, input I am going to give as computers, but it is going to check whether the books present here or not. Books present here or not. So we have seen this in the previous class. If you want, I can run it once. This test case, you can see here. Guys. Okay, it is going to check it here. We'll see the results. Verification has been failed. Check it first. The expected books, but actual value is computers there. We're going to expect something like books, but the actual value is computers there. So that is something like verification has been failed. Okay. Hey guys, my voice is not clear for you people. But Vijay, like voice is not clear, he said.
So clear, sir.
Okay, so that is the thing what we have seen. Okay, we'll see the next one, guys. We'll see the next one. Okay, we have seen something like verify. Okay, in verify, we have seen we are going to check it whether the text has been present or not. Whether the text has been present or not. Okay, now we are going to see one more thing, guys, by using verify. I'll go here. I'll go to the test cases. Okay. I'm going to enter the username and password. I'm going to click on login. Okay. Now, first I'll type in notepad for verify. For verify means I'm going to check the verify whether the element is present, text is present or not. Okay. I'm going to log in. I'm going to click on login button. First, I'm going to click on login. If you want to click on login, or I'm going to give a login page itself. Login page of second. Then this page I'm going to give this page. So I need to enter the email and I need to enter the password. Okay. Further, in the login page, I'm in the login page. Okay. I'm going to first one. I'm going to verify. I'm going to verify email field. Email field is visible or not. Is visible or not. So I need to check it whether the field here, email field, it is there or not. Visible means it is there. I'm going to check it once. Okay, visible or you can use visible or exist, whether it is exist or not. Exist, you can check it once. Visible or if you want, I can take this link. I can check it whether there is a register link is visible or not. I can check this link also, whether this link is visible or not. Okay. Now what I am going to do it means for the email ID, I will check it whether the email ID is visible or not. Second one, then I will check it password field exist or not. Exist or not. Just I am going to check it. Okay, we can use visible or we can use exist. Both are same guys. We can use it. Okay. So for that first one, I am going to check it whether the email field is active or visible or not. Second one, this password field is there or not. I am going to check it both. Now see here. Or if you want, we can take this also, whether this login is there or not, register is there or not. or login is present or not. These things we can able to do it. I'll go here. I'm going to create one more test case. Verify. Okay. Maybe I need to do something like hyphen visible hyphen exist. All the three I am going to do the same test case. Exist. We can do it in the same test case. Okay. I can copy the basic test case here. I have a basic test case where we are going to use some username and password. I'll copy the test case here. Okay, basic test case. In the basic test case also, I don't want all the steps. I want only this one case. Entering the email, entering the password, click on login. I'm going to copy this step. Just have copied this. This step I have copied. I'm going to paste here. In this test case, I'm going to paste the step. So you can see the test step here, what it is. So I'll remove this data. Okay. Now, first one means I need to check whether email button is visible or not. Then only I'm going to enter the data. First, I need to enter this. So here I can keep, see here guys, value. Here I can keep. Okay. If you want, you can click on this or you can click on this. See here, there's a button, you can get it here. Here, you can able to click on this. Here, I can mention the property is visible. Visible is the property equal to, I can mention true. Check it whether visible equal to true or not. Visible equal to true or not. You can check it. I'm going to keep it here. Verify this. I need to verify this visible equal to true or not. Visible equal to true or not. Okay. I'll execute only this one. Only this one I will execute. It will check whether it is present or not. I'll execute this. It is checking whether the email is here or not. Email is here. Email tab is here or not. It is going to check. So I'm going to right click here, guys. I'm going to run this. Wait, we have given click also here, guys. So this click is here. I did not remove this click, so it is showing. I'll go here. Verification is successful. You can see here the expected value equal to true, actual value equal to true. So it is there. So visible equal to true. Okay. Now see here, guys. I can do one more thing. See here. I am going to check visible equal to true. Then I can enter the data. If there is a field, email ID field is there, then I can enter email. Then I can enter email. Then I can enter email. If there is an email ID field, then only I can enter the email. So for that, I am going to write a code. Okay. Now see here. What I am going to do it, I need to make this cardinality. I need to increase the cardinality, you know this. Because I need one more column here. I need one more. Same like the row I need it. I need one more row here. I am removing this space. Okay. I need one more row for the email. So what we need to do it? Right click, jump to the module attribute. So it's an email. I have a cardinality here. I'm going to make it to 2. Okay. Now I'll go to the test cases. So you can see one more email has been created here. One more email column has been created. Here I'm going to give the mail. So I have created. Okay. Now again, one more email has been created. I don't want. I'll go to the module. I'll keep this partner only one. I'm going to change it. So I'll come to the test cases. So till here clear, guys, what I have done it here. If the email is present, then only I'm asking to enter the data. Otherwise, don't enter the data. Clear? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now see here this. I'm going to execute this. I'm going to execute this. So I need to keep the same page. It has to be this page. This login page should be there. Okay. It's a login page. I'm going to execute this. So it has to enter the data. It has to enter the data. Okay. Just it has been entered this data. We'll go and see here. Okay. We'll see the results. You can see that verification is successful and it has been entered the data. It has been entered the data. Okay. Now, next one, same thing. I can use exist also. Exist also. For the password, see the password is there. First email I have kept visible equal to true. I am going to verify, then I am entering the email here. So for the password, I can able to keep it exist equal to true. Exist equal to true, I can able to keep it for the password. Okay. Now see here. If you want, again see here. Visual is there, right? I'll make it false. I'm checking, see here. I'm going to change visible equal to false. What is the result we'll get is now? I'll make visible equal to false. What is the result we'll get it? What we'll get is, if I'm going to keep this,
We are getting error, sir.
okay. Now see here. I have removed these two steps, only about two steps we are going to execute. So I am going to run this. So the page, this is the page. Okay, it is processing the results. We'll see what will happen in the results. Verification is failed. We are expecting something. The expected value is false. We are saying that email is not active, that is not visible, but active value is true. Actual value is true here. So you can able to do like this. You can able to do like this also. Or I have a password here. I have a password here. I'll give something like exist equal to true. So it is going to check whether there is the button has been, the password has been present or not. Okay, now I am going to give it as true for this. Okay, for this also I am able to. True, I am going to run this. If I am going to run this, both it will show true. So we'll see the results. Okay. Here it is showing verification was successful. It is showing something like specific method is not supported. Just a moment. system. It is showing some exception. It is showing some exception days. Just to check it once again. We are going to check it. I am removing this data. If you want, we can keep for this also exist, whether this is there or not. This is there or not for any button. I'll keep for the login also, whether the button is there or not. We can keep for anything here. We can keep for anything here. Now see here. I'll go here. So maybe if this property is not supported, I want to check. I want to check the button, login button exists here or not. Exists here or not. I want to check it. So whether this button present here or not, I need to check it, guys. Okay. Now see. I can write directly exist equal to true or false directly. I need to give the space here. Just a moment, guys. And here, see here, guys. What is the error we have done now? Previously, we have mentioned here exist, and we kept it equal to true. But you need to change this one, guys. You need to keep this to verified. It is verified. Previously, we have kept this as input. Previously, we have given this as input. It should be like this. It should be like this. Okay. Now we'll try it once. We'll try it once. We'll try it once, guys. I don't want to click again and again this. So we'll execute this and we'll try it once. Okay. It's showing the error. Check it once. What is the error here? Verification failed. Verification expected value exist equal to true. Actual value. You don't have any actual value there. You don't have any actual value. Wait. Wait. I'm going to remove this. I'll mention the property here. Exist equal to true in this. So whether the button is present or not. Now it will get passed. Okay. You can see here what is the expected results and what is the actual results. Now password verification is successful. So expected equal to actual equal. So exist is we are going to check whether the particular button has been exist there or not. It is there or not. Visible means whether it is active or not. Whether it is active or not. So visible means you can check whether it is active or not. Okay. So exist means whether the particular field has been present or not. Clear? Yes. We'll go for the next one. Do you have any doubt in this? How you are going to use the exist and how you are going to use the visible? Both are similar only, guys. We'll go for the next one, guys. Yes, no.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next one. We'll see something like buffer. we'll see something like buffer space. Buffers. So what is the buffer means? If you want to save the values, you are going to use the buffer. So if you want to save some values and you want to reuse it, if you want to save the values and you want to reuse this, we are going to use something like buffers. We are going to use the buffer. Okay. So buffer, okay. In the T box, in the module, we have a buffer. When you are going to add the test case using the T box, so you can able to get the buffer space. Buffer means where you are going to save the values and you need to reuse this. And you can able to see the buffers also. We can able to see the buffers also. Now we'll see this. First, I have username and password. Every time I need to use the username and password, I am going to save this on this. I am going to save this username and password. That is an email and password. I can able to use it, okay, whenever I need. Further, I'm going to take a test case. I'm going to create something like buffer. One test case I'm going to create as buffer. Okay, these are small topics, guys. So just you need to know this. That's all. Buffers. Okay. For the buffer also, I'm going to take the same test case. This login test case I'm going to take this. Login step I'm taking from here. I'm going to paste this. Okay. Now see here, I'm removing all these things, guys. I don't want to verify all these things. If you want, we can keep the verify also, no issues. Or if you want, you can remove also, you can remove. I'm removing everything. I'll give it as input. Okay, I'm entering some password here. I'm entering some password. So it has to click on OK. So this is the basic scenario. Okay. Now I'm going to execute this. It will do this. Verify this. I can keep this verify also, no issues. It is going to verify email is visible or not, then I can do it. So I can mention. So field should be visible. I'm going to mention the field should be visible. So I can do something like visible equal to true. Anyhow, I have one step, so I have kept it. So I can execute this. If I'm going to execute this, it will go and enter the data. This is the login page. I'm going to keep the login page. Okay. Now I'm going to execute this. It will enter the data. Just I'm trying to run it, guys. It is entering some data here. I want to save this data, what it is entering. So I'm going to use it whenever I. So I want to save this data. Okay. I want to use this whenever I want. Okay. Now we'll see this. How you are going to do this. Okay. I'm going to log out this. I'll go here. So this is the test case. This is the test case. I'm going to right click on the test case. Okay. Search and add a new step. You can see something like T box buffer there. T box buffer. You can see first one. Select the first one. Select the first one. Okay, I'm going to select. So it is going to create one step. So in this buffer, so if you want, you can create the buffer to the folder itself. You can able to create this. In the folder itself, you can able to create the buffers. I'll let you. So previously, I have told you something like TCP. Like this, you can do it. Here, only for the test case, I am creating this test case. I am going to use something like email. email value I'm going to give it here. I'm going to give the email value. Okay. Then for the password, second for the password and email password. I'm going to give the password. Done. Email and password. Okay, now. So I'm going to keep this step before this. T-box set buffer, T-box set buffer. I'm going to run the buffer. I'm going to right click here. If you want, you can run the buffer so that the values will save in the buffer. Now see here, guys, just see here. I have created T-box set buffer. I have entered this data. I have created a T-box set buffer. I have entered the data. Okay. Now, if you want to see the buffers, always you need to go to the tools. Buffer viewer is here. You can see all the buffers what I have created previously, previous buffers. But these buffers are what I have created now. It's not saved here. Again, I'm saying I have created, there is one test case buffer. Here I need to enter the username and password. I need to click on OK. I need to click on this login. Now there is something like T-box set buffer case. I have created one buffer named T-box set buffer. I have given the email as this, password as this. So it is going to save this value. It is going to save this value. Whenever I am going to enter the email and password, it will take this value and execute. It will take this value and execute. Now, if you want to see all the buffers, you need to go to the tools. You have something like buffer here. You can see all the tools. You can able to see all the buffers. But this buffer till now it is not saved. It is not saved. So what we need to do is first execute this buffer. Run this buffer. Right click. I'm going to run in Scratch. Run in Scratch. Okay. Now see here. I'm going to close this first. You can see what happened here. Email is there. You can see here. Buffer with the name equal to email has been set to the value. So email is the name and value is murthy.c@outlook.com. This one thing has been done. And for the password, you can see for the password also. Password, buffer with name password has been set to the value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these things have been done. So these things have been done. So whenever you are going to run the buffer, so it has been executed here. You can get the details here, what it is saying. Now you can go to the directly to the buffer menu. You can see it. See here. Email, it has been saved. Password, it has been saved. Till now, clear are this. You can understand till here or not. Now I need to use this buffer. Yes, no, say something. Or you want to teach again? Okay, please, I need somebody to respond.
Sir, repeat once again, sir.
Okay, very good. Now see here. I am going to repeat again. So buffer means what exactly we are going to do is we are going to save the values. Okay. Every time I am entering my username like this. Username. I am going to enter. So every time I am going to enter the password. So what I am thinking is I want to save this username and password. So in the future, whenever I can able to call it. Okay. Now for saving this, okay, for saving this, we need to first create something called T buffer set box. We need to add one test step first. First, what I need to do is I am going to add new test step. I am going to add it new test step. Okay. So this will be, we can say it is a T-box module, or like it's a inbuilt modules, inbuilt T-box. So I can use something like add test step T-box set buffer, T-box set buffer I'm going to use. Okay. Now after adding the T-box set buffer, I am going to give email equal to this value. Anything you can give it is email equal to this value. I am going to give it. Okay. Now I am going to give it as password equal to this value. Okay. Now I am going to run this step. If I am going to run this step, then only, okay, the data what you have given, the T-box set buffer, the data what you have provided, data will be saved in the buffer. If you want to view the buffer, to view buffer values, what you need to do it means you need to go to the tools. From tools, there is something called buffer viewer. So you can view the buffer values. So this is clear, right? What I have typed here, I will show it practically. Then one more thing also I am going to show. Say that this. Now, if you want to use buffer values, the values what we have saved. If you want to use any buffer values, there is a syntax for that. There is a syntax for using the buffer values. It has to come with a curly bracket. You need to use the B. It's a buffer value, square bracket. Here you need to give which I need to use an email. If I am going to use this value, if I am going to give the value like this, okay, in the email field, it will take this value which has been saved. It will take this value which has been saved. Okay. For the password also, I need to give the value for the password. Password same thing. Square flower bracket. Then we need to give it as B. It's a buffer. Square bracket. So I am going to enter the password. Close the square bracket, and I am going to do this. So these things like this, you need to call the values. You need to call the values like this, which has been saved in the buffer. So can we do practically again? Is the same thing? Yes, no?
We see. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I'll go here. Okay. There is some buffer where there is some values, everything it is there. Okay, I'm going to close this. So what I have done it here is first I have created one buffer. In the buffer, I'm going to delete this. T-box set buffer, I'm going to delete it. This step I have deleted. So there is a query for deleting this buffer values also. I'll let you know now. Okay. Now there is a step for this. Now first I will delete all the buffer values. Again I am going to create the new buffer values. I am going to delete all buffer values. For that also, I need to add some step. Okay, this step is set. So I am going to execute this once. We'll see whether it got deleted or not. Okay, it has been deleted all the buffers. From starting again, I am doing, let's see here. In the buffer here, nothing is set. See here, tools, buffer viewer, nothing is here. Nothing is here in the buffer viewer. Okay. Now I'm going to create one buffer. Delete this one also. I don't want this any steps. So what is the buffer I want to create means I want to enter some username, some password, click on this login. So I'm going to remove this data. I'm going to keep it in the buffer. I want to call whenever I want this data. Okay. Now see here, I'll go here, right click. I'm closing this buffer viewer also. So it will be clear for me. I'm going to right click on this buffer. This is a test case. I'm going to right click on the test case. I'm going to search and add test steps. Okay. Here, type in buffer. We can see something like T box set buffer. This here. T box set buffer. Select the T box set buffer. Okay. You can get like this. This is one test step. You can get like this. So here you can enter the data, whatever the data you want. Here you can enter. Now see here. I'm going to enter email. Email. So I will give my email. I'm giving everything in caps, no issues. So I have done with this. Okay, just have entered only email here. Only email I have entered. Okay. I think Outlook. So I have done it. So in the buffer, I have given this T box set buffer. If you want to see all the buffers, now click on the buffer here, nothing is there. Till now, nothing is there. So buffer name and buffer value. Buffer name is email, buffer value is this. Now I am going to execute this case. See here this. I am going to execute this. Okay. Now you can see this. The buffer name is email, value already it came here. If you want, you can see here also. T box set buffer, what it has been done. Email has been set to the value. So email is set. So some buffer has been given for this. This is the name and this is the value for this. Till here, clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I will go to the test cases. Test cases I will go. So if you want, you can delete this buffer also. This T set buffer. Why means if the data is be stored here, now you can able to use this data. Once the data is be stored here, you can able to use this data. Now I need to use this email. I need to use this email. See here how we are going to use this. I'll go to the test cases. This is the test case. Here I am going to remove this data. I will keep bracket B square bracket. It will show that already. See here. If I am going to just give square bracket, it is showing email. It is showing email. Why means whatever the buffers has been saved, it will display here. This. Whatever the buffers we have saved, it is going to display here. So it's showing only email. Okay, I am going to enter the email. I am going to close this. So it is going to take the email which has been saved there in the buffer. It is going to take this. It is going to take this. So I am going to click on login. I am going to keep it. Now it is going to enter the data. See here once. I am going to run this. It is going to take the value which has been saved in the buffer. Now I am going to run this. So whatever it is there, see here it has been taken. So this is the name it has been taken. But I have given this. This is the data I have. So you can able to store the values in the buffer and you can able to retrieve the data whenever you want, or you can able to call the or use the buffer values whenever you want. Now see here, I can do it for the password also. I can do it. I have done only for one value. Email I have done it. Or see here, directly go to the buffer viewer. You can add it here also. I'm adding here password value I'm going to 3, 4, 5, 6. I have given this value. I'm going to give this value. So directly I have given. Previously I have used tbox set buffer. In the runtime, if you want, you can use this. Or if you want directly also, you can enter the data. Buffer viewer, you can able to enter the data. Now see here, I'm going to close this. Buffer viewer, it is there. I'll go to the test cases. I'll change the password also. For the password also, we are going to change. See here. This test case. I will remove this password. B. First, we need to start with square brackets. I'm going to give it as B. Now we have square 3 here. You can able to see the email and password. So both are there. First, we have to get only email here. Now I have added the password. We are getting the password. Okay. So you need to type here password. Okay. So I have given the buffer values, email and password. I'm going to click on this. So if I'm going to execute this, it will take the values over this. It will take the values which it is there. I'm going to log out once. Login. I need this page. I need only this page. I'm going to execute this case. Yeah, it is taking the password and it is entering the data and finally it is logging. Clear here how you are going to use the buffers?
Yes,
Getting
sir.
it, how to use the buffer. Yeah. Okay. Now, I want to delete all the buffers. See here. I have this one. I have the buffers here. Okay. So if you want to see the buffers, this is a buffer. You can able to see the buffer. Okay. Now, what I need to do is after logging in, so I want to delete all the buffers. I want to delete all the buffers. I want to delete all the buffers. For that, again go to the buffer, right click here, search and add step. Okay. Type it buffer. If you want, you can delete a single buffer or you can delete the multiple buffers. If you want, you can able to delete a single buffer or the multiple buffers you can do it. So I want to delete only email or password. Now you can mention it. See here, I want to delete only email or password. I want to delete. Mention here password. It will delete the buffer password. Or if you want to delete all the things, just remove everything. It will delete everything here. Defaultly, it is going to delete everything. Or if you want to delete only the password, if you want to delete only the password, it will delete only the password. Okay, now I'm going to run this. I'm going to run this. We'll see here. This is the buffer here. I'm executing delete buffer. Okay. Now see here. What is the buffer deleted also? It will show you. See here. Buffer password was successfully deleted. So it has been deleted here. It has been deleted. And if you want to see the buffer viewer also, click on the buffer viewer. You can see only the email. So we can able to create the buffers and we can able to delete the buffers. We can able to create the buffers, we can able to store the data inside the buffers, and we can able to delete the buffers also. Clear or not, this?
Clear, sir.
Okay. I want to delete all the buffers. If you want to delete all the buffers, whatever the buffers are, you want to delete it. Okay, just I'm removing this step, I'm not adding again. Okay, I'll go here, right click, search and add step, go to the buffer, T box delete buffer. I'm going to delete it. So keep this step, it is enough. We can see whatever the buffer. I will give 4 to 5 buffers here. Anything we can give it. Again, I will do password 6. Again, I will give something like CE. So it is also on mail ID. So I have a lot of things here. 3 buffers I have. I want to delete all the buffers. So directly T box delete buffer. You don't want to enter any value here. You don't want to enter any value. You don't want to enter any value here. Okay. Directly execute this. It will delete all the buffers which are present. Buffer is something like temporarily we are going to use this case whenever you want to store the values and you want to use it repeatedly. Now see here. It is showing successfully deleted all the buffers. It has been successfully deleted all the buffers. I'll go to the buffer viewer. So you can see that there is no buffers. There is no buffers are present here. Okay.